Hey guys, Kamil here. In this video I want to talk to you about this very hot topic that's hot. I mean, maybe it's not hot right now, but it's been something discussed heavily over the last probably thousands of years. The question is, do we really have free will? Is there such a thing as free will? And I think it's a very interesting topic to discuss, and I want to talk about it in two perspectives. Philosophical and also scientific, because recently there's been a lot of science, the evidence, scientific evidence, research showing certain things, and I found it fascinating. So on one hand, it seems like we do have a free will, right? I can decide if I want to lift my hand here or there, or whether I want to go now or make this video, or whether I want to say something in this video. So, and that is cool, right? Free will, yeah, I'm free. Now, on the other hand, if we look at things like various, psychological coaching, of a coaching nature research, it shows that actually our free will is restrained a lot, because everything we do is because of certain programs in our brain. And most of those programs, they're not ours. We have picked them up from other people, from our parents, teachers, authority figures, all sorts of places. So the way you even tie your shoes, it's because you picked it up from someone. The way you say certain things, the way you speak, the way you think about certain subject, certain things, is something that you have picked up from others, and you are restrained in that, and it's difficult to change that program in your brain. So that's interesting, right? Other thing is, if you have a free will, I want you now to feel completely different. Change the way you feel, and that's kind of possible as well. You can just suddenly start feeling really good with a bit of practice. Now, there's a different thing. How about if you change what you want in life? Let's say you want something now, but it would be beneficial to you if you wanted something else. So let's say if you wanted to be rich, like really, really wanted, that would help you become rich. But you don't really want it, or you want it just a little bit, and you can't change what you want. And if you cannot change what you want, do you really have free will? I don't think so. Or at least we could say your free will is a bit restrained or constrained. So that's one aspect. Now, scientific research. We know now from quantum physics especially. Quantum physics is an very interesting science. And we know from it that on this subatomic level, particles actually cannot be predicted. They're just a wave of probabilities. Oh, I love that sound, don't you? You immediately think of something, free will, not really, because immediately I hear this, I start thinking about something else, and I can't help it. So, free will, is this free will, or is it not? Or is it not relevant to free will? Anyway, so those subatomic particles, we can't really pinpoint their location. We can only calculate probabilities. So, some physicists say that's a proof that the world is kind of random, and therefore there is some free will. And we influence those subatomic particles by thinking about them, by looking at them, by simply focusing on them, by putting our will on it. So that's interesting. And we know also that quite recently has been proved, probably beyond any doubt, that the reality doesn't really exist until someone observes it, someone becomes conscious of it. Now, the question is, if I'm not looking at the tree, does the tree exist if there is no one looking at it? So probably now the tree still exists, however, there must be some other consciousness around that is creating the tree. And that's interesting because it comes from scientists, and they have hard evidence now, mathematical equations based on the experiments they've conducted, that shows that that's the case. So this also proves that there is some kind of a God. However, we are not separate from that God, or from that conscience, or that intelligence. We are part of it, and we are part of it. Yeah, I don't want to go into, or I'm not going to go into details right now. Do your own research. There are lots of lovely videos on YouTube about that. So So scientists have proved that there is this God and we are part of it, or this consciousness. And so on one hand there is free will, on the other hand the free will is highly constricted. So how do you feel now? Do you feel you have free will, or do you still, or have you changed your mind now after watching this video? You know, how do you feel about free will? Do you have free will, or do you not, or you just have kind of similar feeling to mine that I have some free will, but I understand that it's highly restricted and constrained? So let me know your views on this, and let's have a discussion, because that might be something interesting. So see you, looking forward to your comments, and see you in the next video as well. Take care.